Madison Street, and kids will be going wild. There'll be some sprinklers there. And Jessica, it's supposed to be hot, right?
Yeah, it's definitely going to feel like a definite beach night in Jefferson City tonight. You should get out there and enjoy it while you can. I think most of the shower and storm activity will hold off until then, but I think most of the activity should be overnight tonight. Again, some of that may wane out just because we won't have the sunlight of the day to work with, but we will have a lot of instability and some upper level strong winds to help fuel some of those severe storms that we could possibly get. Do have a cold front sweeping across Midwest this morning. A lot of shower and storm activity to our east, but it looks like most of Missouri is pretty clear this morning. We're seeing a couple of scattered clouds on our mid-Missouri radar, but overall it's going to be a pretty quiet morning and going to warm up quickly as soon as the sun starts warming us up. Our temperatures right now are in the upper 60s and the low 70s, so a very mild morning for us here. We're 70 degrees in Vandalia, 71 in Fulton. Versailles is 71 as well. In Brunswick, 68 right now. Our dew points are in the 60s and low 70s, so not quite as bad as what we saw yesterday, but we're still going to have muggy conditions today. Our winds are calm right now, mainly out of the west. A couple of us are seeing a little bit between 5 and 10 miles per hour, but most of us are enjoying a pretty nice morning without much of a breeze. We do have a couple of clouds in our hour-by-hour forecast. The rain starts to move in later this afternoon. I think most of it, again, will hold off until at least early evening, with most of the activity heading into the late evening hours into the overnight hours through tomorrow morning. We should be dry by tomorrow afternoon and be a lot cooler. We'll still be in the upper 80s for tomorrow, but at least towards the weekend we are going to cool off quite a bit. We'll have a couple of scattered clouds in there for Saturday, maybe a possible chance for an isolated shower or storm, but I think most of us are going to stay dry after the next day or so. We do have a slight risk of severe weather tonight for most of us in the western part of the viewing area. Again, I think most of this is going to stay confined to our west, but we could see a couple of isolated strong to severe storms, the main threats being damaging wind and hail and a couple of isolated tornadoes possible. As we go throughout the day, we're going to warm up very quickly. Our temperatures right now are in the 70s, but we are going to warm into the 80s, at least into the upper 80s by 11 o'clock. By the afternoon, we should be right around 93 and temperatures falling into the low 90s and eventually into the 80s overnight tonight. Again, those showers and storms possible, more likely later on this evening. High of 93 today, mostly sunny. We'll have very warm conditions and showers and storms moving in later tonight. We'll have a low of 69 degrees tonight. Winds out of the northwest at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Could be a little gustier with some of those storms. For our 7-day forecast, we'll have storms possible tonight and lasting through early tomorrow morning. But it looks like we should be pretty dry for our Friday afternoon, and we're going to cool off a little bit for tomorrow. We'll be in the upper 80s again, but it's going to cool off quite a bit for the rest of our weekend with the possible chance of showers and storms on Saturday. But it looks like we're going to end our weekend on a nice note with partly cloudy skies on Sunday, high around 80 degrees. And then for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we'll still be in the low 80s with a chance of some storms.